Keep trekking. It's not just a channel, it's an adventure. So get your boats on and come with us. It's worth the journey, experiencing a local landscape, breathing the air this ancient land has to offer. So get your boats on and let's go.
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Keep Trekking. Welcome back if there's been a four. Today, part passports again, pal. We've gone over at Pennines. Today we started at Crowden, or Crowden, how do you pronounce that?
Something like that.
Crowden. Just outside the campsite here at Crowden, and we're going up on Titmoors today. Not Phil's favourite place.
No.
We're going up to Black Hill and then back round. It's roughly about 6 or 7 mile, I think it is. Might be a wee bit more, you know what these apps are like. But let's crack on.
Yep.
See you in a bit.
After leaving the car park, we took the path and came to the campsite. We took the path to the right and followed past. It doesn't look a bad place, does this? Quite a neat little campsite. It caters for all types of camping, tents, caravans. It's even got its own glamping pods. We came to the entrance of the campsite. We pushed on and finally came to a green sign. This led us up towards Black Hill and West End Lane. As we walked up the lane, we looked up towards the hill we was going to have to climb very shortly.
We're not long since left the campsite. I'm just looking over to Lead Owl Rocks, just up there. And in the distance we've got Black Chew Head. You can hear a river down at the bottom that runs down towards the reservoir. We're heading up this one in a second. What a gorgeous day for September. Beautiful.
Went through the gate and headed uphill in an easterly direction. After watching the helicopter for a few minutes, we continued on our way, following the path before we came to the base of the hill. We looked up and saw a few people in front of us already starting to tackle the steep climb. Looked up and the sun was beating down on us. Beautiful.
Just looking over towards Manamore, just over there, and at the top of that is where the B-29 overexposed bomber crash site is. We did a video on that way back last year, just over at the top of there. Them absolutely beautiful, that hill line there, stunning. That's looking over towards Howden, Hawkbacks. Let's get up this hill.
Halfway up we stopped to look across at the views. Outstanding these were. I looked across the valley at the 2 dams in the bottom and down at the caravan site that we've just come from. Starting to get high now.
Just looking over towards Featherhead Moss in the distance there. Straight point, I don't know if you can see that. That's Featherhead Moss. I'm just looking down onto the reservoirs at the bottom. And as you carry on round, it brings you to Glossop. We're just looking across at the scenery. Oh, it's immense up here, absolutely fantastic. You continue that way through there, you get to Manchester. That was quite steep coming up here. From bottom, you can see caravan site right at the bottom there. But that was a steep climb, we've still got climbing to do. But at least I can see it top. We'll be alright once we get to the top.
One of the many planes that we saw on this day, looking so majestic against the blue sky, obviously heading towards Manchester Airport.
The remains of Left End Quarry is now obviously disused. You see all the stone they've dug out there, that's not natural. Right at top of there.
We continued walking on a beautiful path. The moorland looks so beautiful in this late summer, early autumn sky. I'm not quite sure what this building was. The ruins of.
I got Crowden or Crowden, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, that's a Crowden. Little beck there at bottom, running right up. I don't know if you can see the path that runs at the side of that hill, that's what we're walking on at the moment. And that's where we're going. Right outside of that and up onto the tops. Crowden Little Beck. Only problem when you're walking up moors, you can have a perfectly beautiful path, e.g. this. I'll turn around. Right. And then you end up path just swamped. Good job we've got waterproof boots on, pal. We sank. Oh well, it is what it is.
Well, you've got to have a walk past, haven't you? Just makes video, I suppose. Loving the colours. The colours don't half change at this time of year. The greens, the purples against the blue sky and the river running at the bottom. Truly magical, this place. Even the local wildlife thought the same. Got to have a sheep in my video as well as a plane.
Looking back over whence we came, right over there where that quarry was, right on corner of that hill there. We'll come across all that path. Absolutely beautiful. Well worth the scenery, I've got to say. As we've left the decent path behind for a bit, it started to get a bit sketchy. Don't know which way it's going to go now, this path. If it's going to take us outside of that or take us up there, I'm not quite sure. Shall find out in a minute, but look at that sky. How beautiful is that sky today? September 2023. About time.
Good job it wasn't a windy day. I wouldn't like to think about the drop on our left hand side as the path got narrower and narrower.
About that waterfall there, that waterfall, when it's running, I bet that's absolutely awesome coming down that hillside. Oof. I mean, winter months. But that's absolutely fantastic to see from here. Well, last today it's dry. That's Black Hill. That's our destination.
A closer up shot of the waterfall, that is. Really would be magical if this was running right now. Down into the beck at the bottom. Would be amazing to see. The path was really close to the edge, as you can see. Good job it really wasn't windy.
On Moss Summit, just coming to view there. So we're back into Yorkshire just about, I think. And we're heading up that direction. Not sure where the path goes, but in the moment it's in front of us, just keep following it, and I should imagine it will go round and up onto the tops here, which is Black Hill, and then we come down back of these. So we come down that direction and we come back. But that's on Moss Summit, so just above on Firth.
So there's a track that goes up.
Where you looking, lad?
Where that ever is.
Yep. Oh, I can see it trail. Yeah, it runs up. And that's where we're going, I should have thought. We'll catch you when we get to the top of Black Hill. Or at the top of that bit anyway. See you in a minute.
Now why is the two men on this moor looking rather strange? I'm not so sure.
A little hidden gem. That beautiful waterfall back there. Wow, we didn't expect that. That's absolutely gorgeous. I really didn't expect that. I don't know what it's called. I can't find a name for it. It must have a name. All waterfalls have got names, haven't they? That's beautiful. Honestly, didn't expect that. Cracking hidden gem. Well, that was a major hard climb. Arctic Clough at bottom. Wow, just had to wait 5 minutes to get his breath back. That was one hard climb from down at bottom of that gully. It's really warm now. We're heading this way. Over there where that fella is. Keep going. Just keep going to get to Black Hill. Wow. That was one hard slog. Wow, that was one tough climb. Still got a bit of a climb to go before we reach the summit to Black Hill. But wow! This scenery is just absolutely beautiful though. See it for miles. It's all Peak District National Park. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. We're going to stay here for about 10 minutes, get his breath back, have a wee bit of scran before we carry on. Old Seppo.
I'm knackered.
Next two of us. Still loving it though. Loving it. It's good for your mind, good for your cardio. Legs are aching a wee bit after climbing up that. But what a beautiful day. Catch you in a bit. Wow. Wow. We finally reached Black Hill Plateau. The trig point's just the back of us, about 200 yards. That's our destination. That was an hard slog. I was going to go back that direction, over the mills and down, back down, but I'm thinking to myself I'm going to have a look on map, as if the Pennine Way might be a better option to go back. We shall see shortly, but we're going to stop up here for about 20 minutes, half an hour, have some scran and then make his decision. We've not done a long trail like this for a long time. It's going to be 8 mile. I know that's not a lot to some, but it is to us two that's not done it for ages, and that's not an easy 8 mile. That is some slog. That is some hard slog coming from down there right at bottom. We've certainly climbed. Can see Trig Point, Soldier's Lump at Black Hill. Been here before. I came from other direction. Went half as hard as this one though. Then you got on moss just there. Catch when I get to Triggy.
Scran time, can't beat a good butty. Superb, perfect after a 6 mile thereabouts trek to the top. Phil thinking same. Bah, that's got to have some scran when you've been on a trek. Lovely.
So I say goodbye to Soldier's Lump at top of Black Hill. We're going to walk, changed his minds, we're going to walk back on the Pennine Way rather than heading through all that lot. We're going to stick to this lovely path, see how far it takes us down, back. I know it comes round and then it after flips back on itself, but if it's a better path than the one we've just come up, it's worth a chop. Trop? Worth a trip. Trop. Could be worth a trop, I don't know. But it's certainly worth a trip to stay on to proper path for a change. That was a hard slog that coming up. It's about the same mileage, thereabouts. I think we've done about 6, haven't we? 5? 5 and a bit miles today. So we'll see how we get and see what we do on the way back. See if there's out to see.
Love the maintenance, what they do for the Pennine Way. Beautiful flags, it's easy to walk on.
Well, you can see that from the A's. That's Manchester down in the distance. It's very windy up here, so I might have to shout. I don't think you can see it, but that is Manchester down in distance. Quite a way off mine.
Customary to pop a stone onto a cairn. I'd already done mine previously. I looked up and saw a beautiful bird. We carried on this gorgeous track which was so easy to walk on.
So that's Slidens Moor over there, and then over the other side you've got Whitelow. It's beautiful. It's way better walking on this than it is through a sketchy paths, through bogs and stuff. Further down we will have to cut off and onto another trail that will take us back down to where we started. But this is way better. It's still a beautiful day. It's clouding over a wee bit now, but it's still warm, and that wind is beautiful, I've got to say. I ain't complaining at that today. Otherwise it'll be stifling. Catch you in a bit.
We came to a wee bridge that we crossed over the beck. It's so wonderful how they maintain this trail, as it is a national trail. Bit wet at times, as you can see, but still beautiful.
We're following the river at the moment. The path has become less neat, if you like. It's just become a bit more sketchy. I think it probably goes back to what it was with the paves soon. This is a lovely place though.
It's still not as bad as coming up.
No, it's definitely not as bad as coming up. But it's beautiful. Forget 360. Yeah. Gorgeous. And that sky's still stunning.
We started to climb again and left the river behind us. The path now became sketchy, not so good maintained at this part, but still we carried on. The path became very steep at one side. We had to watch his footing, and we certainly didn't want to end up down at bottom. No chance. The path became overgrown at this point.
We've left the Pennine Way to its little usual route across the tops of that. We're now on a sketchy path leading back to where we started. We're a couple of miles away, can start to see the dams in the distance. It's been a tough one, this one, to say we don't come out right off onto moors these days.
That's why.
And that's why we don't. Nearly broke his ankles about 3 times, but a piece. Make that 4. So, aye, make that 5. You just don't see them, do you?
No.
I'll try and be careful from now on in. Not that we haven't already. So, destination's round about that area down at bottom. Like I said, we're a few miles away. I think this will probably spin us round and drop us down at far end. But it is beautiful up here, don't get me wrong. I mean, I do love coming right up moors. I just don't like these sketchy paths.
Just a bit sketchy.
Very sketchy.
Yeah, sketchy.
We were over there earlier this morning, walking across that one. I think we'll have done about 9 mile time we finished.
Yeah.
I think we've done 6, nearly 5 mile? 6 mile when we got to
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
Supposed to be 4 mile, I think we did about 5.5. Going off for nearly 6 mile, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that lied, didn't it? You know what I mean? So I reckon it could easily nearly be 12, you know.
Yeah.
Feels like it. But we'll see when we get back.
Toodaloo.
See you in a bit. Starting to get further down into the valley. Behind me is Laddo Rocks. Beautiful bit of outcrop that.
Yeah.
I don't like to think how of them walking on top of there, because the Pennine Way walks right across top of that. Just see a few people in distance walking across it. I'd rather be down here than up there, to be fair. This path splits off shortly, takes us back down valley, while this one continues towards Glossop. So hopefully soon we should be finding up and splitting off and dropping back down to the campsite. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see people over there in my camera. At the very, very top. They're just like wee dots. But yeah, beautiful bit of outcrop that. So we've come to the crossroads. The path that leads straight up that direction. That path there, don't know how you're supposed to get down from up there, but that's come from down there from top. We've come up this path here. We're heading down there where Phil is now. Back down into the valley. So all downhill from here by the looks, and then hopefully flat.
Hopefully. Just down into
That's where we're going.
the valley.
Down there and follow the valley, hopefully. Back to where we started. Happy days.
We started heading downhill, bit of a scramble, but what a big mistake this was, as the path took us off route.
Well, I've got to say, that was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Second half of the trip has certainly not been pleasant, to say the least.
Nope.
No wonder why our Phil and sometimes we send out the best fond lovers are coming up on moors, on paths aren't really registered.
Yeah, ain't coming up again.
It's been absolutely horrendous. Since we last spoke, it's been about 3/4 of an hour and we've hardly got, I can still see cliffs in background. That was shocking. And then I finally saw a stream, a running stream with a wee waterfall. I thought, oh, get some water for me here. And what did I do? My foot slipped, I went straight down to kneecap. Full boot, shoe lock, down to kneecap. So now I'm walking with a squedgy foot. We've been out since 9 o'clock this morning. No, 10 o'clock this morning on the trail. And it's now 3:05. And we're still not back. It's been that hard I work this and we're still nowhere near back. Still start to see campsite in bottom. Like I say, it's gone 3 o'clock, or it's nearly 3 o'clock, just gone 3 o'clock I think I said. And these paths don't help. These aren't much better, they're proper sketchy. Enough moaning, Jay, just get on with it. I'll tell you what, when I got to the route finder took us wrong way. Took us down a bit of a hill and it was going through all this stuff. And I was thinking, where's path? And then when I rechecked it, it had moved. So it took us off a path. So we had to go all the way back up an hill like this to get to the top to find path. Phil were panicking, I couldn't breathe. Whew. That were hard work, wasn't it, kid? That were hard work.
Yep.
But we're here.
Just want to get home now.
We're here. Finding the rest of this path. And let's get back. Ready for a drink?
Ready for a shower. Lie down.
Lie down. I'm ready for some warm, dry bullets. See you in a bit. Finally, come down off them hills. That's took some doing. Back of me is Crowden Education Centre,
Yeah.
which is not a million miles back, front car park. Just going to go across the bridge, front of us, and then drop down towards the
Car park.
the caravan park, camping and caravan. Oh, at least my foot's dried up. That makes a change. It's summer till at least. So we're just going to go over this old bridge, and quite an old rackety one, isn't it? Oh, it's nice to get off them sketchy roads
Yeah.
and sketchy trails.
Oh, we haven't ended up with a major injury today, I don't know.
I've gone down a pothole and smashed me shin. Not hurt, it hurt at the time, it's okay now. Little bruise, get over that. Phil's fell over and he's gone down a couple of points. I thought I'd twisted my ankle at one point. So has Phil, I mean, you can't see them oils, can you?
No.
And then went to sort my head under waterfall. It was red hot. Slipped on rock, foot, boom, straight into water, up to my knee. Although that's not been too bad actually, to be honest, I can cope with that. It dried out pretty quick. But it's nice. I'm actually going to say it's nice to be walking on concrete.
Yeah, and we don't say that.
Definitely not. But it's actually nice to be walking on concrete
And to be near civilization.
for a change. And that's not us.
No.
But this one shall not be repeated, not by me or him any road. This has been an hard one. Or should I say, I wouldn't say it's been a mega hard trail, it's been full of its incidents.
Yeah.
And its trials and tribulations. It's not been fantastic, to be honest. can't wait to get back in car, get home and get a shower or a bath, to be honest. And get some, get a drink and some scran.
Sounds
Heaven, the heavens! Oh, Odin, send me your scran. Shoot me down if you heard me. But yeah, they can stop where they are for a wee while.
Yeah, a long while.
And we're heading back to the car park. We'll see you when I get there.
Take care.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, just been in toilets back there at the campsite and soaked my head from top with cold water. That was absolutely lush. I feel right refreshed for that. Anyway, we're nearly back at the car park.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave the video here and say thank you very much for watching. I'm going to say J Art.
Fill out. Keep trekking.
Trek on. Till next time. See you next one. Ta-da!
What?
That was so refreshing.
I've got a minute bit of juice left.